Hey everyone, Jonathan Enns here with Slifer Smith & Frampton Real Estate. I just wanted to check in because it's been a little while since I gave you an update on things here in the Breckenridge and Summit County area. And hope you guys are all doing well and surviving this time. Sorry, another hat video, but it's quarantine and I've got quite a bit of hair going on right now. So I'm due for a haircut. Hopefully later this week I can get in for that now that that's allowed. But I just wanted to give you a quick little update on things. A super promising thing I saw this morning, an article came out from National Association of Realtors on just different analytics that they use. And one of the biggest things is online property searches and just looking at Google searches of homes for sale. They kind of compared over the last month or a couple months with everything surrounding coronavirus, and they took kind of the low time to just through the end of April, in the last week of April. And one thing that they took away from that, which is really promising, is just the increase in number of home searches that we're seeing here end of April, early May, and kind of ranging from certain markets. And they looked mainly at the major metropolitan areas. But with that, pretty much nationwide, they saw huge increases in just those home for sale searches, buyers looking for properties. And part of it is maybe people thinking that there's an opportunity here, with interest rates being 3.25% or lower for 30 years. These are probably the best buying opportunities as far as interest rates we've seen or will ever see in our lifetime, and maybe the best opportunity from a property value standpoint or from a buyer perspective, being able to negotiate on a property since 2008 as far as just negotiating standpoint. But what they saw is about anywhere from 160% increase, so number of searches in some markets, to here in our local Denver market. We didn't drop quite as much. We were actually on one of the higher ends to begin with. But even still, from that low point, which is probably late March to first week of April to end of April, our property searches online increased to about 58%, which is huge. Us being, we're not obviously in Denver, but being very much connected to that Denver market, being only about an hour to an hour and a half away. We, in a lot of ways, can kind of follow or gauge what's happening in our mountain market based off of that metropolitan area, since so many of those people that live in the Denver area also either own a second home up here or want to come up to rent up here. And when people are buying there, it bodes well for us. So that's really one positive thing. And then secondly, just looking more locally within our market, just looking at over the weekend here. So it's a Monday morning, May 18th, looking over just the last 3 days. So not even necessarily Friday, but Saturday, Sunday, here into Monday. We've seen 68 new listings, which is awesome. And so much of that this is our current common time of year that we see new inventory come on the market, properties coming for sale. Some of those maybe could be sellers that are whatever with things with coronavirus is forcing them to sell or making them think maybe now is a good time to sell that property. But also from just a pending and under contract standpoint, we've seen 19 properties go under contract over the weekend. And those aren't just lower price point properties or anything like that. We're seeing kind of the whole run of the spectrum, from land to those more affordable condos to multi-million-dollar townhomes and condos and single-family homes. So we're really kind of seeing everything, as well as properties closing every single day now. And we're not necessarily seeing as big of a drop as maybe we were expecting in those sale prices. To initially, people were thinking, oh, we're going to take a 10 or 20% hit. And still, properties, at least the ones that have been closing, have still been selling within about 5% of full list price. So it's definitely boding well, and obviously everything that we're seeing in the medical world and just in our own local economy is all promising, and we're just taking it one day, one step at a time. But things are definitely looking really positive for us. And if you guys have any additional questions or comments, please feel free to leave me a message or leave those in comments below. But I just wanted to check in since it's been a little bit. But other than that, I hope you guys are doing well. It is a gorgeous, it was a great weekend. I was able to get out on my mountain bike yesterday, and it was borderline hot, which it's been a while since I've felt that. But it's supposed to be in the high 60s, almost 70 degrees today, and the rest of this week is looking pretty nice as well. So finally, that spring summer weather is hitting the mountains here. Snow is melting super fast. Trails are drying out every day. And it's a great time to be up in the high country. But hope you guys are well and have a good rest of your week. Bye.